If you were watching us here on CBS 6 this morning on Friday, you saw Rob and Kristen. They made a bet. Now it's time to settle up.
Yeah, of course, I'm from Tampa Bay.
Right.
And Kristen lived in Kansas City for several years. We had a challenge, right? Challenged me to wear this shirt and a hat, some other stuff. Here's the shirt that says Mahomes on it. I challenged her to wear some of my Tampa Bay gear if the Bucks won. You saw it here on CBS 6. Tom Brady won. So Kristen is here.
Oh, look at you.
I'm here. And you know
I'm
what?
going to take a picture of you.
Okay, Reeps. It's not bad that it's red. We all kind of lucked out that they were both the same colors. I enjoy wearing red. And remember, Reba, we were saying, oh, I could just kind of cover it.
Yeah,
and you wouldn't know if the Chiefs won or if Tampa Bay won. Also, this is like a dream day for me wearing a sweatshirt in the studio.
Because it's so cold.
Because it's always so cold in here. Tom always gives me grief about my heater. Now I have my heater, pants on, a turtleneck, and a sweatshirt. I mean, this is it. I'm living life now. All right, Robin Reba, 5:25, and let's get down to business here. Looking outside, things are looking pretty good across town. We do have reports of icy conditions. We'll get to that in just a second. This is what it looks like outside. 64 Route 360 Mechanicsville Turnpike. Your westbound commute heading down towards the Chaco Valley Bridge, or 64 working your way out towards maybe 9 Mile or Richmond Airport this morning. You can see that crews treated the roadway over the weekend. Icy conditions reported in Chesterfield. I'm keeping an eye on this particular intersection. Charter Colony Parkway at Lux Lane. If crews have reports of any icy conditions, they will be there treating those spots with salt and sand to help with traction, and salt to melt the ice. So please be aware if crews are out there. Also, if you see crews on the move this morning, give them plenty of room to work, at least 100 to 500 feet. Across the screen here, we have green right now. Let's stick to our middle drive time. 64 east from Henrico's Weston. That's the short pump area heading into the downtown area. Robin Reba, sitting pretty windshield time here, 12 minutes. Guys?
Cute, Kristen.
All right, thank you guys.
That looks great on you, yeah. You know, some college students are heading back to school today, and the University of Richmond is working to make sure that they stay safe. We're going to tell you how this semester is going to look a little bit different.
The Vince Lombardi Trophy is staying in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay wins the Super Bowl, and we have complete coverage of the game for you this morning. We're going to tell you about the winning coach who started as a Virginia Tech Hokie.
From Hanover High School to the Tampa Bay Bucks, we're going to check in on a local who earned a ring last night and how his family is celebrating.
And coronavirus vaccines coming to a CVS near you. We're going to tell you when and where you can sign up.
Working for you. This is CBS 6 Early Morning.
Well, hi there. You're right on time. 5:30 on this Monday, February 8th. I'm Rob Cardwell.
And I'm Reba Hollingsworth. Thanks for joining us. We have some school delays to get to first. Here's a full list for you. Some of the delays include Amelia, Hanover, King and Queen, King William, Louisa, and Powhatan County Public Schools. They're all opening 2 hours late this morning. Goochland and New Kent schools will open 1 hour late this morning. Cumberland County schools will have virtual classes only. We have a full list scrolling at the bottom of your screen right there. You can also find that list at WTVR.com. All right, let's get a check on your forecast right now. Here's Tom.
Oh, good morning, you guys. A nice steamy cup of hot water this morning. It's cold, it's dry.
Yeah.
Man, it's a nice day though. You know, I didn't see a lot of ice on my way in whatsoever, but I guess there's some out there. So take heed, and we got a couple of those delays. By the way, you guys, Cardboard Tom was afraid of the fire, so as long as he's here, I had to put it out. Who knew, right? I'll wait till he leaves. All right, let's take a look at what's happening this morning. It is 28 degrees. It's cold. The winds are light, out of the north at 3 miles per hour. The barometer's nice and high. The air is dry. The dew point's only 20, so kind of a runny nose morning here. We've got low to mid 20s, a stray low 30 down in Petersburg, 27 in West Point. No visibility issues, no fog, no mist. No drizzle. There you go. Clear skies up above. Today, lots of sun. A cold day, though. Just a high of 42 degrees. We'll have some potentially some frozen precipitation by this time tomorrow morning. I'll talk about that coming up. Back to you guys.
Well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are your Super Bowl champions this morning. You just saw their Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes congratulating Tom Brady after the Bucs beat the Chiefs 31-9. Brady, who now has 7 Super Bowl wins, was named the game's MVP.
Everything we dealt with all year. We had a rough month of November, but BA had all the confidence in us. The team had a lot of confidence. We came together at the right time. I think we knew this was going to happen tonight, didn't we?
Now, the Bucs became the first team to win or even play in its home stadium during a Super Bowl.
You're going to have that permanent smile all day today,
Yep.
right?
I'm going to need a plastic surgeon to get this smile off my face. You know, there's a family from Hanover County that's very happy this morning, too. Their son got a chance to compete on the biggest stage of the NFL has to offer.
Yeah, and CBS 6 Sports Director Lane Casadante joins us live this morning to tell us about an athlete from Central Virginia named Josh Wells. Lane, thanks for waking up so early with us this morning.
Well, I want to know if Rob went to bed last night.
I got about 2 hours sleep last night. I was so jacked up after the game. Yeah.
That's more than I thought you would. Congratulations, Josh. Josh Wells went from playing quarterback at Hanover High to tight end as a walk-on at James Madison, eventually an offensive lineman who was undrafted. All of that led to last night's Super Bowl win with the Tampa Buccaneers, who knocked off the defending champs from Kansas City. Wells' parents, Jeff and Joy, were in Tampa for the game last night. They got to celebrate with him afterwards. Jeff taught Josh the rules of the game as a youngster and then taught him what it would take to be successful the rest of the way. For Josh, this was a chance to pay them back, at least in part, for everything that they've done for him.
We've been through a lot. They've been through a lot. They've sacrificed everything, just from day one, from when I was a young little kid, and probably just was like every young little kid, causing problems and things like that. But they just never stopped believing in me.
Now, I know we've had a chance to show a couple of photos this morning that Joy was kind enough to send to us, and one was of Josh and his wife and his little baby being on the field with them after the game. I know there's going to be a photo of him with the Lombardi Trophy somewhere, and if Joy is kind enough to share it with us, we'll share it with you, and we'll hopefully talk with them later this week about their trip down there, and it could not have worked out any better for them.
Oh, they have to be so proud of him.
All right. Thank you, Lane. Well, Tampa Bay's Bruce Arians, their head coach, now has his first Super Bowl title as a head coach. But did you know that long before he was a Buccaneer, he was a Hokie?
I love the Hokies. I'll be a Hokie for life.
During this year's all-virtual media day, Arians was asked about the time that he spent in Blacksburg, where he started out as a quarterback for Virginia Tech in the early 1970s. After Arians took his last snap, he transitioned from player to coach. And he says that Hokies head coach Jimmy Sharp back then made it look easy.
Jimmy taught me how to make his players believe that they're going to win every single game, even though they probably didn't have the chance, because we stunk.
It's been a long time since Arians left Blacksburg and became one of the league's great coaches, but he says Virginia Tech is always close to his heart. Sports Director Lane Casadante took us beyond the roster last night to tell us more about Arians' connection to Virginia, and you can watch that story on our website, WTVR.com.
And former Richmonder and current Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson was named Walter Payton Man of the Year during the NFL Honor Show seen here on CBS 6. Wilson, along with his wife Sierra, donated $1 million to Feeding America. He created a program with Wheels Up to combat food insecurity. And every Tuesday during the season, Wilson visits the Children's Hospital in Seattle, something he's done since his rookie season. Wilson joins Willie Lanier as the only recipient of the award from Richmond. You can read and watch these Super Bowl stories on WTVR.com. The best way to get there on your phone is to download the CBS 6 Breaking News app. It is free on the App Store.
In other news this morning, slowly but surely the coronavirus vaccine is becoming more available to people here in Central Virginia.
But is it being given out fairly? CBS 6's Shannon Lilly is live to tell us why we don't know important information about a third of the people who have been vaccinated so far. Shannon.
Well, good morning. If you're looking up the data, Reba, Rob, then you'll notice that Virginia lags when it comes to reporting race and ethnicity when it comes to the coronavirus vaccine. In fact, as of February 7th, about 33% of all the vaccinations in the Commonwealth did not contain this information online. And we spoke with Richmond Henrico Health District's Equity Director, Jackie Lawrence. She says one reason for the delay is when the rollout first began, VDH was still building a system to track the data. In addition, it's not required for people to report their race and ethnicity if they don't want to. Of the numbers that are shown on VDH's website, white people account for about 72% of COVID-19 vaccinations, Black people 12%, and Latinos around 5%. Lawrence says that's in part because the first group to get vaccinated were our healthcare workers, and she says the majority of them are white. She says the other factor that comes into play here is vaccine hesitancy, so government mistrust and a lack of access to resources in minority communities. But this weekend, vaccinators set up a mobile clinic at Pastor Ralph Hodges' Southside Church, and he encouraged his congregation to come get a shot.
You look at Southside, we don't have a lot of pharmacies. We don't have a lot of small clinics. They heard a person they see every Sunday. Oh, you're getting it? Oh, they're doing it at the church? Okay, sure. I'll be right there.
And that is good news. Now, Lawrence says that while there is a lack of vaccine data when it comes to race and ethnicity information, she says that health officials use inference points to decide which zip codes they'll reach next to fill in those holes there. Reba, Rob.
All right, Shannon Lindley reporting live. Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you, Shannon. Well, starting this week, 36 CVS locations in Virginia, including here in Richmond, will be offering COVID-19 vaccines to those who are eligible. CVS says they're expecting vaccines to arrive at their stores as early as tomorrow. That's when their online appointment scheduler will open. Now, they expect to begin administering those shots on Thursday, but it's important to note here, only those who qualify under Phase 1A or 1B can get a vaccine. Walk-in vaccinations without an appointment will not be provided.
The University of Richmond is opening campus back up to students today. For the past 2 weeks, the university has restricted off-campus students from being on school grounds due to a high positivity rate. University officials say all faculty and staff who work directly with students will receive KN95 masks. And of course, students are required to wear a mask inside all university buildings. VCU Massey Cancer Center's Women in Wellness event is tomorrow. It's going virtual this year, and I'll be emceeing. The event features 4 Massey cancer doctors and a breast cancer patient who is going through treatment right now. You'll find a link to register for the event by visiting our website at WTVR.com and searching Buddy Check 6.
Well, after an exciting Super Bowl Sunday with lots of food, lots of drinks, some of you might be waking up this morning not feeling so hot. In fact, the day after the Super Bowl is known as Super Sick Monday. According to data from Healthline.com, a quarter of people surveyed said they're taking today off or calling in sick at work. Not feeling all that good. May have something to do with how much money is spent on alcohol during the Super Bowl. Beverage Daily reports about $1.2 billion is spent on beer in the 2 weeks before the Super Bowl. Another $1 billion is spent on game day alone.
Wow. Moving a little slowly this morning. Probably not you, Rob. You probably jumped out of bed this morning. Right?
Oh, yeah. I couldn't wait to come see Kristen wearing my Bucks gear this morning.
How about you, Tom? How'd you feel this morning?
You know, Reba, I went to bed really late, but I still woke up an hour before the alarm. I don't know what is going on. So something says, hey, it's 1 o'clock. Get up. I don't know what it is. Anyway, a little sleepy today, but not bad. I'm really happy for Rob. I saw him run into the newsroom this morning and everybody cheered for him, which was great. Yeah, so congratulations, Rob. That was a great game. All right, we've got some weather coming up. Got the fire pit going. It's a cold start today. We'll have a little precip later tonight. A couple more shots throughout the week. A little snow here and there. Kind of busy the next 7 or so days. I'll talk about that this half hour, guys. Back to you.
All right.
Thank you, Tom. You know, that cold air outside may make your hair stand up on end, but at least it isn't impacting your denim. We're going to tell you where it's so cold it'll make your jeans stand up straight.
Ooh.
Coming up on 545, look at this. Parts of the northeast of Minneapolis challenging people to do this. Put out pairs of frozen jeans and then donate $1 to charity for every one you see. So people get their jeans wet and then they put them outside in the cold to freeze and then they stand them up. That's how that works. The area was forecasted to be below zero all day Sunday, and sub-zero highs are expected throughout the week.
That's the only way you'll see me, my jeans.
You know, Tom, I tried wearing skinny jeans one time, but I just couldn't pull it off.
Oh.
Pull it off.
Reba, are you even going to giggle at that? Anything? You got anything on that?
I have nothing for that one.
You were too tight.
All right. Dang, brother. All right, very good, Rob. I was going to say that's me every morning with those jeans out here. All right, well, let's take a look at the average. This is some good news, although, ironically, this week is going to be a lot colder than average, man. We've got some cold air this week and most likely even next week, but the average is now 50, which I guess means nothing at this point. But look at the record low. I believe -10 is our second coldest reading in Richmond. I think -12 back in January of one of the 1930s was our coldest, but back in 1936, -10. 5:42 is now our sunset time, and there's a little energy. You see that just south of Chicago, near northern Indiana, probably around Fort Wayne or one of those spots, some snow moving in. That little disturbance will come through here overnight tonight, and we could get some freezing drizzle or some light rain out of that, and that could linger right into tomorrow morning, so we'll talk about that coming up too. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Tom. Like that music. You know, we may not be able to all come together in person during the pandemic, but we can still come together as a community.
Here at CBS 6, we are shining a spotlight on businesses that are working to stay open and sharing the ways you can support them. Frances Payton, who you may see in the mornings reporting on traffic or the weather, is in the studio right now with us to tell us about one of those businesses. Hi, Frances.
Hi. So, you know, the news is unbiased. However, I'm going to have to say this is one of my favorite coffee shops in the Richmond area. This is Black Hand Coffee Shop. They're right off the corner of Patterson and Belmont Avenues in the Museum District. Back when the pandemic first hit, Black Hand did have to close down like so many other businesses, but eventually they started up again, but slowly opened up and turned their front windows into a walk-up ordering station to keep some social distance between customers as well as their baristas. Black Hand offers coffee drinks, tea, and kombucha, and breakfast sandwiches if you're hungry, and they say customer loyalty has helped them stay open. We talked with one of their baristas, actually my favorite, Claire, who tells us about some of the specials that they're planning.
I believe we're having some February flavors coming in that we're really excited for. We've been talking about doing like a chocolate covered raspberry latte, possibly bringing back matcha.
If any of those flavors sound good, Claire says they take a customer input into account when they decide what special items to offer. So let them know what your favorite is and it might show up on the menu. My personal favorite is just their black coffee. It's so good. Yes, I know I've actually told Kristen about this.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that too. I had family coming in town. And I said, Frances, where can they visit? And this is one of the spots she recommended.
Go see Claire.
Good job. All right.
And I'm with you too, Frances. More black coffee. That's what I have right now. Thank you, Papa Rob. All right, guys, 5:48 right now, and we're taking a look outside. Reports of 2 broken down vehicles. We'll start here. Heading into the downtown area, Interstate 95 South out of the Bryan Park interchange close to Arthur Ashe Boulevard, which is here off to the right side of the roadway. At one point, this broken down vehicle was narrowing the ramp there. It looks like crews have already been on scene and cleared everything out of the way. If you're looking here along the interstate, no backups, no brake lights right now, but you can see that crews have treated the roadways for any black ice spots that may be out there. Here's what it looks like across the area just outside of the Bryan Park interchange, heading down towards Arthur Ashe Boulevard. That broken down vehicle cleared up. And this broken down vehicle in Henrico. This is Interstate 295 South at Knuckles Road, mile marker 51. And in Chesterfield, reports of icy conditions at the intersection of Charter Colony Parkway and Lux Lane. And look at this now, Robin Reba, green changing over to a little bit of yellow, so it could be a little bit of a hazard through the area. If crews are on scene, they are treating icy patches this morning with salt and sand. Guys?
All right, thanks, Kristen. A kind gesture seen across the world. Next, we're going to revisit a heartfelt gesture and meet the people behind it.
Now, from CBS 6, the Weather Authority, meteorologist Tom Patton.
All right, folks, there's a lot of things happening this week weather-wise. Temperatures, generally the trend is going to be colder than average. In fact, probably for the next couple of weeks, to be straight up with you. But we've got several disturbances that'll bring precipitation to the area, varying types as well. So we'll have to keep a close eye on all of these. It's 28 degrees. It's a cold start. The winds are light. The barometer's nice and high. So a tranquil day for us. I got to show you something here. If you recall last week, we were saying, oh man, we're gonna get some of the coldest air we've had in a long time coming next Monday. Well, today's Monday and it's cold, but we're not going to see as cold as these folks. The cold air is stopping somewhere around the Mason-Dixon line from us becoming frigid to just darn cold here this morning. But look at some of these numbers. 11 in Pittsburgh, 2 degrees in Chicago right now, and it's still an hour or two earlier in some of these spots. -19 is the number right now in Bismarck, and -6 in Minneapolis, -35 in Edmonton. So that's the cold air. But thankfully, the real cold stuff will stay just a little bit to our north. We're still going to be chilly today, don't get me wrong. Mostly clear conditions, just a patchy cloud this morning, pretty tranquil here. A disturbance to the north will bring a little precip later on tonight toward early tomorrow morning. And right now, it looks like some rain that could fall onto freezing ground, so we could see some freezing drizzle, plain drizzle, some light rain showers toward tomorrow morning. Some of this, I know it's not showing, could actually be a little bit of snow, so we'll watch that. And that's just a quick disturbance through tomorrow morning. Another one arrives Wednesday night and Thursday morning, and this one could have a little more significance to it. Again, another mix, another rain snow line set up. That would be Thursday into early Friday morning. Saturday dry, and then potentially Sunday another system that could bring some snow to the region. So several things we'll be watching over the next 7 to 8 days. In fact, most likely over the next couple of weeks. But look at some of these numbers, 30s and 40s for daytime highs. Rob and Reba, back to you.
All right, thanks, Tom. You might remember this. It was a viral moment in Chesterfield County that one UPS driver will certainly never forget.
In this I Have a Story, we meet the man at the center of a celebration and the woman behind the big reveal. On December 15th, hundreds of people in Hawley showered UPS driver Anthony Gaskin with lots of love. Like clockwork, Anthony and his signature truck show up in the neighborhood off of Old Hunter Road, delivering everything from medicine to food and toys. That's when new Hawley resident Patty Freeman organized the celebration, and that's now known as the Hawley Hug. The story went viral, and just last month, Anthony made an appearance during the inauguration.
I'm an old country boy, Powhatan County, and UPS driver. Who'd ever think, that I'd have the honor, of doing that? I never fathomed.
Anthony changed my life. He absolutely took a home where I was trying very hard to settle in, and he made me feel at home. That's a gift.
Oh, what a story. For both Patty and Anthony, they agree a little bit of kindness can go a long way. You can read more of Greg McCoy's story on our website at WTVR.com. I just love that story.
Yeah, and you're right, a long way.
A long way.
Long, long way. Today starts a very busy week for lawmakers up in D.C. working on holding a second impeachment trial for former President Donald Trump. It's a complex situation, but luckily we have an insider. Next, we'll hear from our Joe St. George about what to expect this week and what it means for us here in Central Virginia. Lane.
And coming up in a few minutes, we are going to check in with Hanover's Josh Wells, who now will get a new piece of jewelry in a couple of weeks, a big fat Super Bowl ring as he wins with the Buccaneers last night.